Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you another video analysis, this one on Amazon Incorporated, symbol AMZN. I did record this video on Sunday, May 2nd, 2021. This is the second or third Amazon video I've shot in the last 4 or 6 months. If you don't know anything about Amazon, and I can't imagine that's the case, I'll still nonetheless remind you, they are an American multinational technology company based in Seattle, which focuses on e-commerce, cloud computing, digital streaming, and artificial intelligence. It is one of the big 5 companies in the U.S. information technology industry, along with Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook. And that's all I'll say really on Amazon. Now, Amazon, as you can see, if I blow up or zoom in a little bit on the chart here, just going back into May of 2019, you can see that we've been in a consolidation framework really since last summer when we put out that August high. Wicked Stocks offers 2 forms of membership, free and premium. Free membership is exactly as it sounds. For no cost or obligation, you will receive 1 free stock video analysis a week, typically released on Mondays. And if you provide your name and email address, you'll receive an email from us each and every time a new free weekly video is ready for viewing. The second form of membership is premium and provides at least 2 stock videos every week and costs $24.95 a month. Just click on the premium membership link, fill out your payment information through our safe gateway portal, and you'll receive an email each and every time a new premium video is ready for viewing. Cancellation is allowed at any time. We've been in a 2-sided framework, consolidative, as I would put it, very horizontal structure here with this band of resistance that this week, the week of Monday, May 3rd, begins at 3508.85 and ends at 3567.47. You can subtract these numbers out. They're spaced 4 weeks apart out to May 31st. So you can subtract them out, divide by 4, and you can have the exact location of this band of resistance as we move through time. It is our ceiling, really, not only through May, but even really through the balance of the second quarter. From here, we can quite easily fall back into the 2,800 and change area, which I'll show you in a moment. But there is the possibility that this stock, Amazon, will push upward and onward and actually settle any day really above 3567.47, or that formation by a full 1% margin should be a green light for bullish continuation as we continue into the third quarter or through the rest of the second quarter anyway. I'll give you that 1% violation here in a moment. But one of the things you should know, I think, is that Facebook a few weeks ago actually elicited a very similar buy signal after it moved through its consolidation phase over a very similar time horizon of the previous 6 or 8 months. Now, if we cannot penetrate that 3567.47 area, and by the way, if you're a day trader or an aggressive swing trader, or you hold positions for several weeks to several months, this area that we're now testing in the 3,500 handle, as I will call it, is equipped, as I say, to contain buying through the rest of the second quarter. And from here, we can quite easily fall back into the 2,800 area, which is at this point in time, based on last week's high, would be around 2872.65, rises ever so slightly 4 weeks later, 20 cents to 2872.85. So you can divide those numbers out. So subtract them out, divide by 4. This channel bottom is rising an exact nickel a week. And it is a base of support. I don't expect to see it, but I think so long as we continue trading below that 3,500 handle resistance band of resistance area, you should certainly allow for it. Now, there is a greater likelihood just by pure proximity and what's been happening in the overall broad market that will actually close above 3567.47. And if so, that should set off a nice buy signal in the realm of about a 20% or more move, a continuation to the upside. So if we close about 3567.47 by that 1% margin, which, by the way, is 3603.10, 36.14. So if we close any day at or above 3603.14 this week, or wherever that formation is, you want to do the 1% push. I've been doing this a long time, and there's been many, many instances where you push through it by less than 1%. Or just above it. We close just above it, and it's just not good enough. I like to use the analogy of the rubber band. The rubber band stretches. Does it snap? It would snap, in my opinion, if we closed at or above 3603.14. And then the market should then find follow-through strength, buying through the rest of the second quarter, which is to say really into May, June. And I would anticipate then a full horizontal structure extension, as I call it, channel extension, which would double sort of the width or the height rather of this channel formation and move it's like a 100% swing really to the upside. And that's at 4251.76 the week of May 31st. And you can see that right now it's at 4250.02. So once again, you can subtract them out, divide by 4, and you'll know where that channel extension is each and every week in between. That would become, I'm going to say, a 2 to 3 month target. We may get there sooner, but 2 to 3 months I think is realistic. And we also have rising channel top that also may be tested. So the 4251.76 full channel extension is a target. It's not really, in my opinion, a short setting resistance area. If you're long up to that point, you could certainly consider getting out of some, liquidating some of the long position, and maybe all of it. That would be your call. But it's not really an area that I would recommend us shorting aggressively in anticipation for bearish rotation then on a longer term basis. In fact, there's every reason to believe that if we do close the week above that 3567.47 formation by the 1% margin, that we just might continue onward and upward over the next 3 to 5 months to that 4430.73 rising channel top, which rises to 4531.13 a full 4 weeks later. Subtract them out, divide by 4, and you'll know where that channel top is all the way into the summer and fall of this year. And it would become, I think that's a target. How should I put it? If we close above the 3567.47 channel top, we get that buy signal. I think you should hold on to some of them all the way up to that rising channel top, wherever it may be at that time, because I think that is the sellable resistance. Not only do you liquidate your long position there, but you could consider going short, buying puts, selling calls, or selling stock, whatever the case may be. Now, if we're unable, as I say, to push upward and through this 3567.47 resistance, as I was mentioning earlier, we could fall back into the 28 handle support over the next month or two. And I'll just let you know that the signal for that would be a settlement below the low of the high. And the low of the high from last week is 3330.94. So whether it's this week we close below 3330.94 or the following week, and this is just a very short-term play, I'm a little reluctant to give you this information because all we have to do is push onward through that resistance area, and it's no longer valid in my opinion because it's no longer the high. But I do like the short-term play, which is we have a move high here at 35.54 even from last week, and if we close below that low at 3330.94, I do believe that'll tip the market south into later May and June, and then we should continue down into that 2872.65 region, which, by the way, is in close correlation with a former rising channel top that we settled above back about a year ago, as you can see on this chart. And that comes in at 2798.78. You can see the numbers here. That is a formation that I think is a long-term floor of support. So I do think whether you do nothing in this vicinity, whether you do not go short, or you watch Amazon fall all the way back perhaps over the next month or two into that 2800 handle support, that is I think a golden opportunity to buy long term through the rest of the year and possibly well into next. because I think that that's a floor of support that's going to be very difficult to penetrate to the downside. That's good bottom picking territory if you're a long-term investor for Amazon. And if you're chomping at the bit to go long Amazon, once again, I will leave you with this chart, which is to say closing this week, for instance, above that 35.6747 formation by the 1% threshold, 3603.14 or higher. Any daily settlement. Of course, you want to see the week settle above it as well. And this market continues moving higher in the order of 20% plus, where we should test at least the 42.51 area, and more than likely onward and upward into the 4,500, 4,600 handle as we continue over the months ahead, where the market encounters that longer-term rising channel top. I think that really is all that needs to be said for this particular video analysis on Amazon Incorporated.